I voted for Trump 3 motherfucking times.
Okay, what happened?
I've taken so many fucking arrows for this dude. It's insane. And it's impossible to defend his position right now.
Aw, FAFO.
You know, when he gets on TV and he says, someone says, hey, you know, are you worried about the economic impacts and the hardships that are happening with the working class person? And you say, no, all I'm worried about is Iran not having a nuclear weapon. Bro, you lose so many people every time you say that.
Well, I mean, it's not like he lied to you guys. He did say this on the campaign trail to you guys.
I don't care about you. I just want your vote. I don't care.
It's becoming more and more apparent and more clear that you have the interest of a fucking another country over the interest of the people that you were elected to serve.
Huh. It sounds like this is real.
You know, people with glaucoma would have said that they saw this coming. But anyways, enjoy your find out moment and have the day you voted for. Bye.
Have the day you voted for.
Do you think Mandami voters are happy with what they voted for?
I think at this point, the majority of us are starting to realize there was a lot of smoking mirrors.
Did you vote for him?
I did.
Really? And now you're at a protest for him. So what changed? Like, what did you see that made you go, I don't support this anymore?
I basically see the truth, what everybody else sees. He had an opportunity, and clearly he did not follow up with anything that I thought that he promised with. First of all, justice security for like religious places has been completely obsolete. And some kind of a bogus of like grocery stores and free, it's nonsense. We know it is. It's all basically just basic marketing, free buses, really?
We have been lied to. We have been lied to by the president. We've had the wool pulled over our eyes. He was really good at lying and deceiving people, and he's done a very good job of lying and deceiving this country. He fooled me. He fooled me, he fooled most people I know. He's very cunning, very conniving, and very good at getting what he wants and convincing people to do what he wants. Our country is going in the wrong direction. It is not looking good, especially for the lower income people in this country. Fuel prices keep raising, grocery prices have been steadily raising for years now. Prices just keep going up and up and up. I have not seen one thing go down. Everything is going up drastically. To the point where now, if you make $40,000 a year, you are fully in poverty. You cannot afford to pay for gas and groceries in the same week or the same month. You have to make anywhere from $80,000 to $120,000 a year to survive. To be comfortable, you're looking at $200,000 a year. That's not the American dream, right? That used to be when I was 20 years old and I heard someone making $200,000 a year. I'm like, that's a doctor. That's somebody got a great job. They're doing great in life. And now in the year 2026, if you make $150,000 a year, you're having to budget. You're having to stretch your money. The American dream isn't dead, isn't dying. It's gone. It's gone. And it was taken from us by a bunch of billionaires who wanted a few more zeros on their income and are willing to ruin the lives of every single American citizen to do it. They are selfish, they are greedy, and they are evil. And the only way it stops is through force.
Trump did not fool them. It was an open book test, and many people tried to warn them, but they ignored the warnings because they thought the pain would fall on someone else. Not that it's affecting them personally, they suddenly regret, but the damage has already been done. So let's have a look. Please like and hype the video, then I'll come back with more, right? Let's get into it.
I have to be honest, I didn't expect the corruption to be quite as, widespread as it's been, and like the self-dealing and the lining of his and his family's pockets. Like that's been a little shocking.
Talking
and I just
billions of
didn't
dollars.
expect Trump to be so disrespectful of his base.
Y'all are full of shit. Y'all are full of shit. Donald Trump has said 1,010,000 times that he thinks that his followers are fucking stupid. He doesn't give a fuck about y'all. He just wanted your votes. He only likes smart people. He thinks y'all are dumb as fuck. He said all of these things 1,010,000 times, and every time he said it, y'all have cheered. Every time he has said that shit in front of an audience, y'all, Donald Trump, yeah. He said it to your face, and y'all are still sitting here, I can't believe that how did he say how good? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like genuinely, what the fuck is wrong with MAGA and Trump supporters? Y'all gotta be the biggest crop of fucking dummies I have ever come across in my fucking life. Y'all are the only people I know that will watch and listen to a motherfucker tell you to your face that he thinks that you are not even worth the dirt on the bottom of his shoes. And then you'll still turn around and be like, I can't believe he thinks that I'm nothing. Bitch, he told you that. Like, what?
With everybody leaving MAGA these days, who's responsible for making the merch that says, I hated Donald Trump before it was cool? Because everybody's trying to jump on the train right now, and the problem is the reason why they're jumping on the train. Because they don't care about other people. They don't change their position. They don't feel something different. They just think that they were lied to. They're not better people. They're still pieces of shit. There's not been some philosophy change, some mindset reset. It's just the fact that now they're affected and they're not getting their way. As soon as Donald Trump is out of the way, the person I don't like, they'll just vote Republican again, and they'll go down the same path. They'll have the same bigotry. They'll have the same evil thoughts, evil mindset they had before. So I want to know who's making the merch, because we should be wearing this like a badge of honor. Everybody's wanting to join. Everybody's wanting to claim, I never liked Trump. I don't like Trump. He betrayed us. No, we're the OGs. Give me the merch. I'll buy it.
I know that people are not going to like listening to this, but honestly, stick around and listen to it, because it's going to be beneficial for everyone if we, at the very least, understand what's happening. We know that MAGA voters, supporters are leaving in droves, right? The entire movement is melting down. But I feel like we don't really hear too often, except for the super loud ones on social media, right? The exact reason behind these people coming to the realization that what they did was a mistake. But a recent group interview with a bunch of regretful Trump supporters from the New York Times, and this is not by any means giving the New York Times any praise or credit, because they fucking suck. But I do think that looking at this can at least put us into the headspace of why these people did this, why they regret it, and how they currently think on things ranging from the economy to what we're doing over in Iran to the Epstein files, which again, you may not like hearing. I certainly did not like reading it. I was like, how can you be clear-headed on this, but then not on this? Like but my point still stands that at least knowing about it helps us gauge what's really going on. And then we can use that to our advantage in the midterms. And this one is a great first example of what I was just talking about, with these people being clear-headed on one thing Trump does and very clearly able to see how it's wrong, but then they still turn around and overall support him. This woman named Michelle, who was interviewed, says that she can recognize that what she did was foolish and that everything her friends on the other side of the aisle said would happen are happening. But then she loses the plot later on, saying, I really believe that if he had just done the things he said he was going to do, he would have been a great president. Completely ignoring that he literally is doing what he said he was going to do. Y'all just didn't want to see it, and clearly still don't. Another woman who was interviewed named Pamela kind of expressed the same thing, saying she started noticing the other people around her who were mostly conservative kind of like side-eyeing each other and being like, wait, I think we made a big mistake. But at the same time, she's not personally embarrassed. She's just embarrassed for what the country is going through, seemingly not arriving at that point yet where she realizes she had a part in that. And then more on that theme of kind of like getting it through their heads, this guy, Jose, explains that he started to kind of see things were going not how he expected them to when Trump started doing the ICE deportations and separating families, even saying that his teenage daughter asked him, why did you vote for him, Dad? And that broke his heart every time. But in the same way that the other two did, he's still kind of scapegoating and not taking that personal accountability, saying, well, I didn't think he was going to do this, so I regret what he's doing, but I didn't want him to do that. And then where Iran and Israel are concerned, I found these two answers really interesting because they both come from independent Latino men who, to my surprise, seem to be very, very clear-headed about what exactly is going on over there. With the top guy, Daniel, saying every single time there's peace talks, Israel just has to intervene and attack the country. The evil in the Middle East, in that whole area, is Israel. I think Israel's doing what they say was done to them. And the second guy on the bottom, Jose here, saying the evil in the Middle East is Israel. We shouldn't be in Iran. They don't have a nuclear weapon. And remember here, even though they're independent, these are Trump 2024 voters. And then with with regards to Epstein, this person interviewed named Michelle said, it bothers the hell out of me. We're still cloaking and protecting people of power just because they're people of power. And then hearing from Miss Pamela again saying, it's just normal. It's like a boys club. They just cover up everything and they keep their friends out of it. And then y'all, this kind of gagged me. Though I voted for Obama, I don't see him doing that. I don't see Reagan doing that. Kind of alluding to this concept that we all know, right? Like, this is not politics as normal. Yeah, it's become extremely horrifically normalized, but it seems they're kind of starting to get that concept of Trump is not just a regular leader that people are over exaggerating about. And again, y'all, I'm not saying this to say that we have to forgive these people or give them the benefit of the doubt or embrace them with open arms. No. I'm merely just saying that there is stuff in what they're saying that we can use to help ourselves. The walls are very much closing in. The rats are very much jumping ship, as I just laid out. And no, we don't have to necessarily offer them a spot on our lifeboat, but we can at least get in the water with a mic and be like, hey, why'd you jump?
I will absolutely never, ever regret my vote for Kamala Harris. Instead, I am really proud of my vote for Kamala Harris because she was the only option on the ballot who could genuinely help America and make it a better place for people.
People are suffering right now because millions of people chose hate, revenge, culture wars over humanity and truth, and that they are acting shocked when they see things go wrong. But many people were warned, Economists warn about the tariffs. Kamala Harris warned about the corruption, the cruelty on immigrants, the attacks on democracy, and the reckless wars. But many people did not care because they believed the suffering would happen on someone else, They thought immigrants would suffer, the poor people, minorities, LGBTQ, and the vulnerable communities, while they remain protected. And many voted not because they wanted unity and solutions, but because they wanted punishment and someone to blame for their frustration. And Trump gave them enemies, He gave them the immigrants, the liberals, the media, the trans people, anybody that they could point fingers instead of asking deeper questions about who was actually benefiting with division and chaos, But now the reality is here. Farmers who celebrated deportations are now watching their workforce and their farms collapse, People who believe the tariffs would fix the economy are now drowning in higher prices because businesses pass down the cost to the consumers. People who believe grocery prices would fall on day one cannot afford them. Gas prices are hurting families, who are already struggling paycheck to paycheck, and even rent is crushing people. Families have been torn apart due to the ICE crackdowns. Vulnerable people around the world are also suffering due to the cuts to USAID programs that help provide food, healthcare, and emergency assistance. The Iran war is creating instability around the world, and people are suffering due to high fuel prices. Other people have lost their lives. The damage is done, and it's massive. And that's why so many people are saying the regret is not enough because it does not erase the suffering. The regret they're having right now, it doesn't bring back lost lives, It doesn't reunite separated families. It does not help rebuild destroyed farms or even struggling businesses. It does not undo years of hate, division, and cruelty are normalized in public. And this is why leadership matters, character matters, and policies do matter. Elections have consequences, and not just for the people we dislike, but for everybody. So thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.